Your file output.
Okay.
Start. All right, 3. It's popped up again.
Hit okay.
Again, let me.
Hit okay. Hit me yet? Don't worry about recording. We're streaming already.
Okay. All right.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Code Coder. I'm your Code Coder. Today I'm looking to make you great, help you innovate. We have a great show today. We are in our computer science principles class, and the kids have a great topic to talk about today. It's P5JS, it's JavaScript, it's robots, everything great. We have a host today, and her name is Maya Jones. Throw it to her, and she's going to introduce our robot teams. Enjoy the show today. Ask questions in the chat so that the students could answer them. Okay, Maya.
Hello, fellow coders, non-coders, and anyone else who is just here for fun. My name is Maya Jones, and I will be your host. Today we are showing you amazing robots that we have coded ourselves in JavaScript. And to start off these great presentations, we have Robot 3 created by Michelle, Justin, and Jacob. Now to you guys.
Hello coders, so today we're presenting Robot 3, and I'm Jacob, and this is
Justin.
Alright, and we're going to open it up right now. Alright, so to create the robot, we use a P5JS web editor. And alongside the coding of the ellipses, our robot included the features of it, the ability to move around and then bend its neck up and down. Here we can see the coding that is used to design the build of the robot. Then the highlighted coding determines where the robot is positioned on the screen. Next highlighted coding shows the head radius that can be changed, and doing so will simply change the size of the robot's head. This coding gives the mouse the control over how the robot will respond. Next highlighted coding is a string of coding that will happen when the mouse is pressed according to code string. Also highlighted is the robot's neck height when the mouse is pressed. Changing the value change how long the robot's neck down. Following neck height is body height, which changing with just how tall the body would be when the mouse is clicked. The highlighted string of coding shows what will happen when nothing is being pressed. According to the code, it will revert to its normal. To move the robot, there is an option moving arrow keys or by moving the mouse around. So here you can see the robot is moving according to the mouse. As you saw, the robot follows our mouse's cursor. The highlighted code allows for a robot to move naturally without choppy feel. That's all.
Wow, that was great. I specifically liked how Robot moved and the pink background. Good job, Robot 3. How about a fun fact? Did you guys know that the electronic computer, the first electronic computer, it weighed 27 tons and it took up more than 1,800 square feet? I sure didn't. Wow. And now we are doing. Okay, so for our next robot, we have not one, but two robots, Robot 6 and 7. And these two were created by MJ and D-Rod. And now to you guys.
Guys, I'm D-Rod. This is Jay. created Robot 6 talking about it. Right now we're just gonna open it up. How you guys doing? How's you guys' day? Alright, during our project was Robot 6 and 7. It was by Lance, Nathan, MJ, and Jaden. You may ask, what is motion? Motion is an action or a process of a robot either moving. Functions of motion. Runs frames at 60 frames each and making it seem as if the picture is moving, make sure that the image stays on screen, and the frame rate tells current speed of program. Also has the ability to change at which program runs. Random calculates the values, helps set a range to the amount of disarray. The meaning of this code: function draw, change the position by a small random amount. X plus equals random, parentheses -4, or Y plus equals random, -1. / changes the height of the neck. Oh, by the way, with this on P5 web editor. This robot, as you can see to the left, is a repeated assortment of positions as the body changes. Spaces between -4 and 4 is added to X, -1 and 1 is added to the wall. This causes the robot to vibrate from left to right, top to bottom. You can see it's vibrating, moving left to right, top to bottom, going up and down, and that's what we were talking about. Robot 7 was all about functions. Most of our functions are used with create canvas function, the line function, and the fill function. Functions are helpful if you want to draw more complex shape over and over. We use this code line to create form of the shape. When you put the object as many as you want to draw with different parameter, it will appear with the different location. Function of the robot. Line creates the form. Tree, you can name the function to whatever you're drawing in this because it's a tree. Roll dice, choose a random number from 1 to however many sides the dice has different numbers each time the robot runs. Random works with the int, make the random number integer because the random possibly. Translate, used to move origin of the figure however many pixels over. Draw robot is used inside the draw because each draw robot has different requirements. The meaning of this code. Is to, it shows the size, shows the different sizes of each part of the robot. To determine the color. And with the draw robot, the function of each robot is put as different size and height. We're going to click on this link. See, some are taller, some necks are bigger, and some necks are shorter. Bodies are shorter.
I love those robots, guys. They're amazing. And now we're up for Robot 4, while waiting for them to get ready. Another fact. The internet was invented by Sir Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. And now, since since then, there has been 17 billion devices connected to the internet. And now for Robot 4, created by Justin and Ricardo.
My name's Ricardo.
I'm Justin.
And this is our robot.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah. Almost there. Like 3 seconds. Okay. Alright, so this is our robot that I created, or we created. Does a bunch of different things. There's a bunch of spawning, ellipses, changes colors, bottom of the body, and then buttons, colors. Ours is more of, we have a lot of color to it. We created it using simple shapes like just circles, rectangles, lines.
Colors. Color.
Okay, so we used P5JS, Javascript to create it.
We designed our robot with like we just said, with simple shapes.
And the animation, it's bring life, rob the robot.
That was an amazing, Robot 4. I really love the splashes of color in your robots. And now for Robot 5, while we're waiting for them to get in position, let's have another fun fact. Did you guys know that the average person normally thinks 20 times in a minute, but while looking at a computer, they only think 8 times in a minute? It's really cool.
It's on both.
Okay, and now for Robot 5, give a round of applause.
Designing. Let's do it.
Yes, I'm Josh Lucas, and
RJ Vox.
because you're trying to get Oh. So the function of robot 10, basically what it does is it generates this code and files. Second part of the robot, which reads said code and files in a drawing of robots screen.
Actually,
No, this is the.
Wow, that was great, Robot 10. Now we have Robot 5 created by Zach. Yay!
Go, bud.
Yes, sir! Woo!
Yeah!
get him, Zach.
What we did is a robot 5, and unlike the other robots, this one's about media, so which means that we need to set up a local server, and we can't just straight up use the online editor in order to accomplish that. So I have my project already done. It's on GitHub, so I need to get it from my GitHub. Download it. So in order to get started, we need to first open terminal. So ls just to see what directory I have I downloaded my Git project file into the download folder. I had to navigate into the download folder. I have to go cd down, and you can auto complete with tab. Then I need to go into the robot 5 master file, this is the project. But so as you can see the file structure here, I need to in order to start a local server, you need the root directory needs to have one of two things. First is the index.html file, and second is the sketch.js file. This one basically talks about how what to display on the web page, and then the sketch.js controls like the logic behind. And so just to show you guys, if I just open the current project right from the index.html, it won't actually work. Right? Drag it in. I'm gonna show like a little loading thing. If I go to like build developer JavaScript console, it's gonna show me that does not have access to the image because it's null. The reason why is I'm only opening index.html. It doesn't have the link to the other files necessary. So it's impossible to open this straight up the index.html. I have to set up a local server, puts all these files into a server that I can then access. So in order to do that, go into terminal, and we need so we're just gonna use a simple Python server. So Python /m server, and that will start an HTTPS local server at port 8000. So in order to go into that, we then need to go into our web browser, type in the address localhost comma. So it started it at 8,000, so I'm gonna use 8,000. So as you can see, now it's showing up. Right, I have the robot. I can move my. Let me show you. Open up the code. Why is it open? Let's open with Atom. That's what most people are. As you can see here. You can see here, here at the beginning of the initialization, I'm gonna preload the images which I have under the image. I go under my image background, the robot. Bunch of, I don't know what. But yeah, it's gonna load these image at the beginning and save it into variables. Then during draw, it's gonna be drawn onto the screen based on for this project, the larger robot is gonna be drawn in the front, so it has the offset. So this thing draws the image spot 1. This line of code draws the first robot. Then lines of code draws the second robot right here. This lines of code draws the third robot right here. And you guys can see I use a mouse Y. So this mouse Y is basically what dictates the vertical movement of the mouse position. So if you guys see, if I move it down a little bit, every robot is gonna move right because of the offset. It's dependent on the Y position of my mouse, right? So I can make this less sensitive by like changing this value. Like if I change it to 4, right? Control S, and I refresh. The robot is moving much faster. So you can customize a lot of things. Yeah, that's about it. The robot 5 is basically about setting up the local server and getting the images in correctly, and yeah, about it.
Yeah! Let's go, Zach! And I have been notified that we have some questions that I need to answer. So, question 1, does Zach have any apps in the App Store? Yes, he does. It's called 2-Minute Warning. It's amazing. And what it does is that when you're in class and there's 2 minutes left, it gives you notification on your phone and it alerts you. Second question is, hey Maya, how do we get more girls into code? Well, it's great that you asked that because right now the statistics are that we don't have that many girls into computer science. So one way we can get more girls into computer science is that, hey, girls don't actually are, you need to spread the word. Say that it's actually more fun than you think it is. And now, and it's actually more fun than you think it is. And we can also call computer science something more fun and beautiful than computer science, like okay. Yeah, so now we have robot
8.
8. And we are waiting for them to get ready. So while that is happening, we have another fact. And no, we have a question. Okay. My robot, it was robot 5. Did I have a name for it? Do we mean? Okay. Another question. My robot was robot 5. It's one that Zach did. It's one with the server and the picture. What did it do? Okay! What you just saw. So what I did was that I had to make a server so you have to open a server. Okay, and how you open a server? How you open a server is if you go on terminal and you get the Python server and you open it and start serving. So you take it and you get a pic, and you need the server to put the picture for your robot. So it's the robot with a picture in the background that moved with different robots. It had robot 2, 1, and 3 in it. And for robot 8, okay, Let's welcome Robot 8, guys.
Yeah!
Come on, baby,
Let's go, Robot 8!
Go, Robot 8.
Let's go, Robot 8!
Robot 8, the object that can create objects and also movement, but it can also be created valuable variables through objects.
Objects are important because they can break big ideas into smaller building blocks. Small ideas are building blocks that can be made into coding objects much easier.
Some robots may be corrupted a little, which will load a white screen loading. If that happens, you may have to open the app Atom and copy and paste your code and open up another app named Terminal.
The web terminal stands for a very lightweighted terminal server that provides a remote CLI via standard web browser and protocol. Open terminal, use command space, type terminal in the spotlight search. After opening the terminal, you have to use the link provided on 123 of P5JS. Link will take you to Python, which will activate the terminal by copying it.
Lastly, you open the P5 folder in your downloads and drag in the terminal. Then you go back and copy the address, paste it to the Chrome. When you are there, you're going to press downloads, then press P5, lastly press M. When the page loads, your robot will be
Put on terminal, there are two robots that will bounce every time you open your app.
Great job, Robot 8. And while we're waiting for the next robot to come up, we have another fun fact. Yes, the first gigabyte hard drive was announced in 1980, and it weighs 550 pounds, and it costs $40,000. Whoa. Question: who created P5JS? Well, the coders? Oh, was it? Yes, it was Laura McCarthy! Which is also a female! Which connects to wanting to get more females into code! Amazing! Thank you. We are waiting for the robot to come up. Where does Laura McCarthy teach? Well, great question. So, let me think. Oh, she taught at UCLA. Yes, she was a professor and one of our female coders. And now we have the next robot that was created by Xavier and Chris.
Alright, so I'm Xavier, this is Chris. So when we were doing our robot 9, we had to use an array, which is a dynamically created object that serves as a container to hold constant numbers of values of the same type. By declaring an array, memory space is allocated for values of a particular type. There we go.
Order of the value determines an element is assigned value starting with number of elements in the array is determined by the number of values inside the curly brackets. Arrays make programs easier to work. We had struggles throughout like the entire robot. We tried to put the code in. It wouldn't like read it correctly. It wouldn't load.
Yeah, when we put it into the server wouldn't even load. And then when we actually put the code into the server, the robot would not load at all. It still messed up.
So we had to do an extra step and add them over to. That's where
we made a server.
Progress.
So then got the server and then we put in the robot. So we put the robot into the server. Although it did not work. It still didn't work after everything we did. Asked for help, but not work. The server stopped and
it was
the server did not load. Said error 404. Server did not load.
So that was our journey struggle.
Although it would have duplicated the robot.
Okay, Robot 9. That was amazing.
Interesting.
That was an interesting experience, yes. And to close us out, we have Mr. Fitz coming back. The mighty code-coder. The code-coder, yes. The mighty code. You're right. Mighty. Let's welcome Mr. Fitz. Hey.
All right. Wow. Okay. That was an incredible show. Great job by Maya, my producers. If you go in the show notes or actually in the chat, you'll see a live link to a document, a presentation I made in my docs that explains some of the problems that we're having with computer science for attracting students. And so I'm going to show you that now so that you can take a look at it. This link is also in the chat, so if you want to get there, go to the chat. All right, so I'll log in here. So yeah, I gotta log out all the students out of my accounts, and so yeah, let's quit. Okay, so if I go here, you'll find the same link, and it talks about why P5JS, why now. We fell upon P5JS after we used BuildBox, and we found that BuildBox was built on JavaScript, and this class particularly has their AP class. Their portfolio item for the AP test is done in JavaScript. So I thought P5JS would be a neat, articulate, creative way to start to give them an introduction to JavaScript. So we started this, and so you can scroll through this presentation and see exactly why we do that. Try to answer some questions like, here's a certain problem like Jade. Loves math and wants to do something with it, something creative, does no code. P5JS is a great way to start it. So she finds a great solution using math. So it doesn't mean that, hey, P5, if you don't like math, and use something else if you do like math. P5 is a great mathematical library. I have another girl in my class that is Marissa. She's very artful. She loves dance, but she'd like to represent her dance in a different way. So I said, you know what? Why don't you use P5JS, and you could create some real interpretive dances using code. And so it's a neat way to get people that don't usually take programming classes into programming. Okay, so creatively, Jade and Melissa were feeling like there wasn't a place for them in computer science, but P5JS allowed them to. So anyway, so this entire subject has a hard time attracting students, but students like, in a poll by code.org, they found that students like art, design, performing art class is the best. Right after that's computer science and engineering. So pairing it with arts is really a great place for it to be. All right, Lauren McCarthy, like Maya said, created it, and she's an assistant professor at UCLA. She's a resident at CMU, and she's a graduate of MIT. And she also has her MFA. So if that shows you how far away she is from computer science, this is a great place for people that master in the fine arts to be. Okay, so here is a little bit of Lauren talking. See if we can hear a little bit of this.
About opening up art and technology whole, right? So obviously like larger issues you're trying to tackle as well. Or is that just because you found that like you went to MIT, so you were given the aptitude to get into programming and like make art, and you felt that people couldn't do it?
Yeah, no, I think it's...
Hi guys, have a great Thanksgiving.
So I have this feeling where I think part of my social anxiety or awkwardness comes from just a feeling of like, I just don't know how to fit into a lot of situations. And so another place where there's a big problem with people fitting in or feeling welcome is in tech in general. I think that was what really got me interested in like working in this P5JS project was, and not just tech, but like open source is even worse, like in terms of like the gender breakdown or minorities that are involved. And so I was just trying to see like what would it look like if the number one goal of this project was to build a space where people feel welcome, and use that as a starting point, not like, oh, we built this cool tool and then, oh crap, like can we get some more different people in here after the fact. And yeah, so that's, I like JavaScript and I like building this tool, but that is the core for me. It's like, can we make a space where like people just feel comfortable being there, even if they don't know yet how to code, or they don't know how they fit in, or they don't know the other people.
Okay, so that's Lauren McCarthy, and so she's an asset to this discipline because she created a library that's creative and artful and can attract more students that don't have that computer science. All right, so it's P5JS, great library. Go to it, it's all free. Download. It has its own web editor where you can actually edit stuff. I should go to that now. Why not? Actually, let's not go to that because it's just a slide in. Actually do. All right, so so here is what I'm going to do. This is my pathway. So let me move over. Where do I have to go? Okay. So here's my pathway. And so if you go CSD, I think I should try to make this. I'm sorry, I was trying to readjust that. Oh. Okay, that's a little okay. I like that. This, but that a little. Okay, so that looks better on the stream. Thanks for those that are still watching, and thanks, Maya. Maya's leaving for next class. Stay in computer science always. All right. And so so there's computer science discoveries of my entry level class, and then I have CSP, which was the class that did this presentation. They were working right out of this book, getting started with 5JS. Then it has an advanced stuff like processing, and these guys make great books, and I think I'm going to let my CSA, which is more advanced class, take that and video processing. So that's kind of what my pathways, these are some books and I don't know, some units that I think I would instill in my classes. Let's see here. What else? And so that's about it. yeah, so there it is. Another live session. We're getting better at it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I tried to give an advance notice, but wasn't too successful. This next time maybe I will be. But yeah, trying to make you great, help you innovate. We'll see you next time. Subscribe and like it if you like it. Give us comments, and I'll try to answer your comments. All right.